Mr. Vanderbilt.
Milo, what happened?
Well, you want the good news or the bad news first?
Well, if I choose the good news first, the bad news will bring me down. But if I choose the bad news first and the good news last, the good news will lift me back up and be even better. Yes, I choose the bad news first.
Okay. The bad news is I've been shot.
What? That's it? That's the bad news you're going to tell me? I thought you were going to say the police were on their way or something. Well, what's the good news?
The good news is Sweets is dead. I killed him. But Elliot got there before I could get away. And he recognized me.
Well, I think it is time to take the situation into my own hands. So, did you collect the information that Sweets had before Elliot got there?
Well, no. I guess you could count that as bad news too. I never thought of that.
What? What do you mean the evidence wasn't there?
Well, it wasn't there. Sweets didn't have any documents on him.
So, where are they?
I don't know.
Ixnay on the Anno Day. Silence! Well, now we have a major problem on our hands. We need to find the information that Sweets had. But it may already be too late. So, we need to lay low for a little while. That means I want everyone to stay on the premises. And no one is permitted to leave the building. No exceptions. We need to run a little quality control. Some risk management, if you will. Understood?
Yes, Mr. Vanderbilt.
Get it! I solved it. I solved the case. Orson Lamont was murdered. I have the evidence here to prove it.
Whoa, calm down there, cowboy. Start from the beginning.
Okay, Orson Lamont was born in 1800.
I meant the beginning of the case.
Oh, right. Well, you know the information I told you about that I was going to get from Sweets? Well, the clever bastard mailed it to me. I guess he knew they were onto him and he knew it was a matter of time before they caught up with him.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, well, this list of names is from the Register of Deeds. As you can see, all these people have been selling their property west of town to one company, Alcon Industries. You may also be interested to note that Alcon Industries has been buying this property up awfully cheap. Not altogether suspicious, but there's more to it. I found this list of names hidden in Lamont's office underneath his desk. You may notice that the names of the people that have already sold their land west of town to Alcon Industries are crossed out on this list.
Look, Martin, this is a lovely story and all, but I'm still not seeing a motive for murder.
But wait! There's more! It turns out Sweets went to Lamont's office to do a little detective work of his own, and he found this. It's a letter from the federal government requesting Mr. Lamont's services to build a military base in the area. Can you guess where the site for the base is?
West of town.
Precisely. Imagine what Lamont must have been thinking when he found out that a military base was going to be constructed where he just sold his property. My guess is that he confronted the owner of Alcon Industries to demand to know what was going on. And they killed him to keep him quiet.
So, these other names?
Are the people who haven't sold their land to Alcon Industries yet. And you may be interested to notice that William Neff's name is not crossed out. And that the day before he was murdered, he was going on and on to me about not selling his land. I didn't pay attention to him at the time, but I guess someone else did.
Well then, who is this owner of Alcon Industries?
Well, it says here one Miss Rita Davis.
A woman?
Oh, I doubt she's the real owner, if she even exists. And I would hazard a guess that this Alcon Industries is nothing but a shell company to buy up land cheaply and then sell it at top dollar. Nope, that's a dead end there.
Then what the hell are you so happy about?
Well, I have the deed here to the address where Alcon Industries gets its mail. You'll notice the address at the bottom.
Mrs. Betty Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. Do you mean James Vanderbilt? The businessman who owns like half the state? The most corrupt man in the city?
I do. You know, it's quite ingenious, really. I mean, setting up a shell company under the address of your dear old mother and putting under the name of your maid or mistress or whatever, and then using it to buy up land cheaply where you know a military base is going to go and selling to the government at top dollar. Wow. And then watching as the profits pour in. To the naked and untrained eye, it wouldn't look suspicious at all. No one would know that Mr. James Lamont is the true owner of Alcon Industries. The only mistake he made was Orson Lamont. He should have known that the government would approach Lamont to be the chief architect. So, Lamont finds out, confronts Vanderbilt, and is subsequently killed.
I'll be damned.
Well, let's go.
What?
Let's go arrest Vanderbilt. We have all the evidence we need. Look, we have the evidence for the property fraud, which goes to the motive for killing Lamont. Neff wouldn't sell his property, so he sent some guys there to rough him up. And I guess they got a little too rough. And for Christ's sakes, he killed Sweets because he found out all this. Look, I'm going whether you're coming or not.
You want to take down Vanderbilt? Who's probably the most powerful man in the state? You're crazy.
Yeah, well, so was Alexander the Great, and he conquered half the known world.
Look, I didn't say I wasn't going to go with you. But we have to get a warrant first.
We don't have time for that, Giddis.
Martin, if you want to bring him down for good, we have to do it right if we want it to stick. I happen to know a judge who isn't in Vanderbilt's pocket. I can go over there, get a warrant, and meet me at Vanderbilt's in 20 minutes. Is that okay? Can you wait just 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Hardy, get some men and meet me over on 5th Avenue at Vanderbilt Industries. Martin, go with Hardy.